It is likely that we have seen the biggest moves the Kansas City Chiefs are likely to make in the free agency period. And so I thought that it would be helpful to maybe take a step back and take a look at what it is that has been done and the national perspective on this. And I think that, well, here, let me get into this real quick. In an article titled 2025 NFL Free Agency Team by Team Grades, Vikings, Patriots, Bears earn high marks after day two, subtitled Here's How Each Team Fared on Day 2 of the Tampering Window from CBS Sports by Tyler Sullivan and Jordan Dahani. We get the following, but I want to step in real quick first. This needs to be mentioned here. In the title, we have outlined or highlighted, I guess I should say, the Vikings, the Patriots, and the Bears. Now, the Vikings had a very good season at a 14-2 record, but they had an early exit from the playoffs, or 14-3, I guess it is now, 14-3 record, and an early exit from the playoffs. The Vikings and the Bears did not have quite such promising seasons. So when we're taking into account the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs are graded in this way, they're graded from a much different place than these teams. The Kansas City Chiefs have played in 3 consecutive Super Bowls, 7 consecutive AFC Championship games, etc., etc. This is not the same grading curve that other teams have. For example, you're the Patriots and you add a decent quarterback in free agency. Well, that's going to be a big move for your team. The Chiefs, maybe you've noticed, don't need a quarterback. So I wanted to take in a couple of different sources here, beginning with this one from CBS Sports. Kansas City Chiefs B-. Key additions Jalen Moore, Elijah Mitchell, and Christian Fulton. Key re-signings offensive guard Trey Smith, franchise tag linebacker Nick Bolton, wide receiver Marquise Brown, and punter Matt Araiza. Very interesting to see this name here. I think it is a much bigger deal than is otherwise articulated. Key departures, offensive guard Joe Thuney, trade to the Bears. Safety Justin Reed, signed by the Saints. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, signed by the Ravens. The article says this of the Kansas City Chiefs and their B- grade. After the O-line was pummeled in Super Bowl licks, you know it was going to be a key point of emphasis for the Chiefs this offseason. Before the start of free agency, they hit starting guard Trey Smith with the franchise tag and signed former 49er Jalen Moore to be their starting left tackle. Blindside tackle was an area of weakness for the Kansas City Chiefs, so the club hopes it filled that hole here with Moore. Meanwhile, keeping Nick Bolton is an underrated re-signing given how impactful he's been in the middle of their defense. So a B- from these two particular writers. And honestly, I can't say that they're wrong. I think probably this is about right on par for what it was that the Chiefs got done in free agency to this point. That said, well, guys, you're talking about a team that went to 3 consecutive Super Bowls. Having a B- in free agency is probably to be lauded. How many players did the Chiefs have up to leave in free agency? Quite a few. The Chiefs had a lot of free agents. And guys, if you think it was bad this year, look at the players who are leaving or exiting their rookie contracts next offseason, just for a little bit of that taste. In an article titled Chiefs 2025 Free Agency Tracker Offseason Moves Signings from ESPN by Adam Teicher, we get the following. Highlighting Christian Fulton, the cornerback from the Chargers, he says this. What it means, the Chiefs needed depth at cornerback, and in Fulton have a starter to pair with Trent McDuffie. Fulton's addition allows the Chiefs some flexibility at cornerback. They can move McDuffie into slot coverage, something he excelled at in 2023, and bring in Jalen Watson as their third cornerback if they so choose. I think they will choose Jalen Watson is a very competent cornerback. What's the risk? Because of hamstring injuries, Fulton has never played more than 15 games in any of his 5 NFL seasons. It's probably wise for the Chiefs to prepare for the possibility that Fulton won't give the Chiefs a full season and acquire more depth at cornerback in case he doesn't. That's all Brett Veach needs to hear in order to throw a couple draft picks around at the cornerback position. That said, I think that this is a fair assessment of Kristian Fulton. Obviously, he has had some injury concerns in the past, and he's still played quite a few snaps in each of the seasons that he's played. So if he's able to contribute on that level, so long as he's ready for the playoffs, that's what really matters with this team. It has to be said. It has to be remembered. Guys, the Kansas City Chiefs right now, in my opinion, could sign a wide receiver the way they did last year with Hollywood Brown, who was not going to be on the field at all, would boycott the season until the playoffs started, and by God, so long as he stepped on the field, could run a 4.4 40 and had hands, then he would be all right for the Kansas City Chiefs. They are just at that level in this game. Elijah Mitchell, running back. The Chiefs have reached a deal with free agent running back, a source confirmed to ESPN. What it means, the Chiefs have a back with experience to throw into the playing mix alongside Isaiah Pacheco. The team's other 2 main running backs from last season, Kareem Hunt and Samaje Perine, are potential unrestricted free agents. The Chiefs needed even more depth in recent seasons because of injuries, so look for them to add another running back, whether that's through free agency or the draft. I kind of think it might be through the ranks of the UDFA. There's a few guys that I think have Andy Reid's sort of the prototypical Andy Reid running back that are going to probably slip through the cracks on draft night and end up as UDFA. What's the risk? Since an impressive rookie season in 2021, Mitchell has been unable to remain in the lineup. I did full videos on all of these guys on the channel, so if you're finding this without finding them and you want thoughts on any of these individuals, be sure to look up those videos. They are there. Mitchell missed all of 2024 because of a hamstring injury. In his 3 other NFL seasons, he played in just 27 games because of various injuries. But Mitchell, when healthy, is fast, and the Chiefs have lacked speed out of their backfield for quite some time. So if he can stay in the lineup, he will be a solid addition. The sad part there is they haven't lacked speed at the running back position. Isaiah Pacheco runs a 4.37, just 0.02 of a second slower than the 4.35 from Elijah Mitchell, at least when he had 2 healthy hamstrings. Isaiah Pacheco, however, the main problem it seems to be is he wants to initiate contact when contact does not have to be made. I don't think he has very good vision at the line, and because of this, it stops him from using that 4.37 speed or putting it on display. And finally, here in this article, Jalen Moore, offensive tackle. Moore agreed to a 2-year, $30 million contract with Kansas City. What it means, the Chiefs' quest for a starting left tackle, at least over the... Let me start over. The Chiefs' quest for a starting left tackle is over, at least for now. They had 4 players start for them at left tackle last season. The first 3, Kingsley Suamataia, Wanya Morris, and DJ Humphries, were each found lacking at various times and benched. The Chiefs finally moved left guard Joe Thuney to tackle, but he was always looked at as a stopgap measure at his new position and has since been traded to the Chicago Bears. What's the risk? Moore has been mostly a backup in his 4 NFL seasons, all with the San Francisco 49ers. He played 55 games in a row for the first 55 games in the first 4 seasons with only 12 starts. 5 of those games came in 2024. Is he going to be a clear upgrade over Suamataia or Morris, who are both still under contract with the Chiefs? the Chiefs need him to be. Here's the big thing with Jalen Moore. Jalen Moore has proven he can do it. Jalen Moore has proven he's a left tackle. Jalen Moore has proven he can get on the field and do those things. Jalen Moore has not proven that he's a full-time guy. Jalen Moore has not proven that he can take 1,000 snaps in a season. Jalen Moore has not proven the consistency at the position to be able to do these things, block from the left side of the line at a high level for an entire season. So overall, I think that these are fair assessments of the Chiefs' free agent acquisitions. There is work to be done on the defensive line. I think it's possible they pick up a linebacker, and at that point, maybe a wide receiver in free agency, I'm not sure. And then at that point, you're ready and raring for the draft. That is all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting a like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other Kansas City Chiefs fans. And if you find yourself here by chance but not design, the Chiefs are the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. We are now over 2 consecutive years of daily uploads, and as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.